Imagine for a moment that you do not belong to this world. Imagine you are an observer of all that has unfolded in the world during the past 6 months. Imagine you are standing over the earth and watching. What would you see? You will see the horrifying impact of a pandemic that has terrified humanity and the grief of death and panic spreading across the globe. You see large numbers of people being pushed into poverty and scarcity. Insecure, they cannot afford decent lives anymore, unable to educate their children, unable to provide medical care to their loved ones, unable to hold the hands of their aging parents and partner even in their final moments. And as a result, raging anger, frustration on God, on systems, leaders, and governance. You will also see the evils of prejudice and discrimination, forcing people to take up arms against each other. You see violence on the streets. You see war scenarios emerging because one nation wants to dominate the other, wants greater control, wants to expand its borders and territories. What would you feel looking at this mayhem? What do you think is the solution to all these problems? If you walk backwards in human history, you see that this is not the first time humanity has gone through something like this. Each time we look towards a leader whose voice guided us out of this mayhem, from conflict to peace and from chaos to harmony. During the Indian struggle for independence, Mahatma Gandhi's voice guided the entire nation of 300 million people to freedom through peaceful non-cooperation. He said, "You must be the change you want to see in the world." Millions walked their way to freedom without hate and violence and achieved it. It was a non-violent revolution. Maya Angelou, with her voice of power and freedom, built pride in millions on African heritage. She said prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and renders the present inaccessible. Nelson Mandela, South Africa's anti-apartheid hero, used his voice to guide millions to peace and dignity. He said, "If human beings can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love too. For love comes more naturally to the human heart." If you have heard the voices of these remarkable people, you will know that they all reminded humanity to live in peace. They meditated on peace. They had found peace within themselves, and they knew that peace alone had the power to resolve challenges and the crisis facing them. It cannot anymore be the responsibility of one leader to bring peace. Given our current global crisis, it is time for all of us to rise as one collective towards peace. It is time for each one of you to find your own peace voice that you want the world to hear. For some of you, this might be your very first time reflecting on peace. But it is time you did it. Spend a few minutes reflecting on what peace means to you and what you wish to tell the world about peace. Let us get the world to listen to your peace voice. This entire month would be the time for peace festivities. As we celebrate peace, you may come up with one powerful thought of yours on peace and share it with the world. By sharing your peace voice, you are making millions think peace. It is time all of us thought peace, loved peace, and lived peace.